All right, welcome. This is my 335 right here. The engine was out of it not that long ago. It's a Speedtech top mount 6466. It came from stock. I manual swapped it. The stock automatic's over there. There's a manual in there now. I'm kind of in the home stretch of the install. I installed the radiator already, so that's already kind of done. And then putting the radiator back on. These quick disconnects I can't figure out, so you'll have to watch me struggle with that. I got some stuff while I was at work today. We got a radiator hose for that upper one because I lost the seals, and then MTF for the transmission. Got my max solenoid wired. I put like this temporary blanket until I get the Speedtech one to go here. Max solenoid I'll zip tie here in a minute. So I'm putting some lube on this O-ring so that it seats all the way. Now we're putting this hose on. And that's an somewhat installed Ryan coolant hose, new hose type shit. Now we're gonna go and get our radiator here, and we're gonna put that radiator on the car, I think, because I replaced all these hoses. I'm not gonna do that one because it's easy, so if it blows up I'll just do it. And then that one is got a new hose seal in it. I did that one. You watched me do that one. All that I can get to in the car. The vacuum lines for that are as good as I can get with a zip tie. These suck. Take this to get de-energized. I really like 100% did that and didn't, do that into the atmosphere like a good citizen. And you should do the same as what I've done. If you did it hypothetically without, this, you would probably get cancer. But now we're gonna pick up our radiator that just spilled all over my tools, and we're gonna put this on here. We're gonna attach this after some lube. This will sit here too. It won't move, so I'm not like sketchy. Promise, trust. Okay, so I got some lube. This is like leftover 5W30. Please don't put a lot in, because then you'll have problems, more than you will have normally with these cars. Don't break, please don't fall. Okay, that's on there. In the correct positioning. This whole side of the car is done. Yeah, so now we're gonna have a divorce with my radiator hose. So we're gonna get some lube here, more lube. Go ahead and get you a lot in there, all around. There's these little dowels on here. You might not be able to see it on camera, but there's these. Those line up with one on the coolant hose, and they're not like, they're different on each side. So make sure you're not, putting on the wrong side and shit. I don't know what that bolt goes to, and I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see that. Oh God, dude, I'm so close, bro. All right, we're gonna need to have a seat. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna crash out here a minute. We're gonna get more lube. I was told the oil method by a gentleman with a very nice 335i that was wrecked, and now he has another one that's also nice. It's just a poser sport, don't fall, poser car. There's kids riding their bikes outside. Don't do this, kids. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get this strap here from my turbo heat wrap action. We're gonna loop this around. We're gonna pull. If this works, I'm gonna patent it. We're gonna pull it around, and then we're gonna like kind of wrap it around like we're at pull. I'm probably about to break something, so don't try this unless it works. And you probably still shouldn't try it. Don't fall, please. I fucking rage. I also don't know where that spring clip went for this one, but all right, so that didn't work. So we're back to square zero. Damn. Go on the top maybe. Dude. All right, so don't manual swap single turbo or pull the radiator ever off. You should also plan on being organized. I did. Well, you can plan on it. You should be organized, because this kind of shit happens. And then you hate your life. Then that clip of that Subaru happens again. and then you're like out however much money you spent on a car that's worth less than $2,000 on Kelley Blue Book. All right, we're back. It's a day later, or the next day. It's 10 at night. I overnighted just another hose. This connection, or any of them, those hose ends will swell. So what you have to do is just go on the internet and get another one, because it just went right on after. So it'll save you a day of headache and crying and, you know, beating your off camera. I just went and put the drive shaft on. You might be able to see it under there, but I got the drive shaft on. You have to stretch it quite a bit if you're reusing the auto one. Just kind of be aware of that. I think now, also I don't know what to do with this, but now I'm gonna put it in first just so I have that peace of mind that the drivetrain's connected. All right, so now this is kind of a pain in the ass to do. And then tighten it. Now that that's on, find some not huge pliers, like these rusty shits. Zip tie this to the AC line so it doesn't hit the belt. The fan shroud kind of doesn't let it hit the fan, so you're kind of good on that side. Power steering lines need to go on still. And then you put the, like, torque the intake manifold, but I can do that in a minute. Gotta figure out which one of these is feed. Comes from the reservoir, cools off, and then probably goes through the bottom one to the rack. I feel like that would make the most sense. So I don't have like the patience to worry about trying to get a vacuum line around this little high pressure fuel pump, like pipe thing. So we're just gonna tape it with electrical tape, get a rag. For everyone wondering about like the swap, everything I needed, you don't need very much. Like, not as much as everybody's trying to sell you. You don't need a manual harness. You don't need a 335i transmission. You can get one out of a 5 Series if it's rear wheel drive. You just gotta, like, I don't know, do your research. But like, you really don't need that much at all. You just need the trans, new pedals, clutch line. I went with an RTD shifter. There's obviously other options, but for me it was the easiest because I didn't have to like go through several procedures of finding, like, you know, the shifting fork for a stock car and like all that. I just, like, the only thing that and what's really nice about an RTD shifter is it bolts like down into the car really easy, so it's not like a super hard process or anything like that. Guys, if you're like trying to like go to college and shit, just don't do what I'm doing. I take that back. You should do what I'm doing. All right, we're back. I've done a lot since. I got the hood on. I had somebody come and help me. But now I'm gonna do the low pressure pump and the Hobbs switch. Hobbs switch is gonna go in this charge pipe bung because I don't have anywhere to tap into the intake manifold. I bought this locking removal tool over here because using a flathead just isn't working. So I'm gonna get this out. I already have the seat kind of pulled up. It's gonna suck for video. So like, I have this off. I have the like fuel pump area done. So I just need to take the locking ring off and then we should be home free. I kind of need light, and all I have is my phone right now, so I'm just gonna pick up recording whenever I get done with that. All right, so got that fuel pump out. It was a pain in the ass. Don't replace that seal there too. Get a new seal. Those will probably smell like gas in your car for a while. Got all old shit out of the way. And then put this in. For any of you wondering, this is a PFS double shot low pressure fuel pump. All right, so I did a lot of grinding off camera. The car's back together. Everything's hooked up in here. I got my catch can on. You guys can't really see. Catch can on. Everything's connected. I was told by my tuner to prime the car with the injectors unplugged, so that's what we're gonna do. I already tried to start it off camera. I'll show that clip right now. But basically the car was just trying to go back into accessory mode every time I would press the brake to start. So the issue was that you need to you need to wire the manual swap before you can start it, because the car is looking for a signal from the park or neutral switch. So unless you have a signal from that, the car is not going to start, because the CAS module thinks that the car might roll away if you try to start it. So right now, I can't really make a step-by-step video with this because I'm not that smart. But in here, you can't really tell. I'm doing the wiring for the footwell module and everything. If you want to know how to do it, or you're looking for how to do it, I'll link the wiring video in the description for Vehicular DIY. He does a much better job than I ever would be able to about explaining this kind of stuff. I'm going to cut away now. Once I have all that done and wired in, I'll start recording again. Then we'll try and start it. I already flashed the tune. Did my pin arrangement for single bank fueling. Or not single bank fueling. Did my pin arrangement for the max solenoid. So that's all done and connected and everything. You do need to keep this if you do a manual swap. Keep your shifter assembly, because you're going to need these pins in here for these connectors. If you don't, you're going to be in a world of headache trying to find pins. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna get doing this, and then I will cut away to whenever I get done. See you then. All right, it is currently the next day. I've had the car on a charger last night. If you look, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, I finished the wiring up there. You can't tell, but it's fine. I've had the battery charging all night. I don't think we have any leaks. Doesn't look like it. Nothing. All the car's just been sitting. So right now, actually, we're gonna unplug the injectors, and then once I get that all done, I will crank it, and then we will try and start it. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disconnected. And then for cranking it, I'm gonna stop recording so I can look at my monitoring. So I'll crank it once off camera, then I'll start recording again. All right, I just cranked it twice off camera and checked for leaks. Everything looks good. Crank it one more time. I've let the starter cool down. Make sure oil's getting that turbo. No leaks at the feed line. I hear my car dinging. We're gonna plug the O2s in. I've primed it enough times. Or not the O2s. I'm gonna plug the injectors in now. I am so beyond nervous. You have no idea. Moment of truth. All right, I'm gonna try and start it. All right, let's go. Holy shit.